Hey guys, and welcome to this video. Today I'll be teaching you how to make the perfect protein shake. First off, you have to start with the water. I like to fill my water up to about halfway, just not too thick, not too thin, but it acts as a perfect base for a protein shake. And now, for the most important part of a protein shake, the protein. I'm using the whey protein chocolate flavor from USN. I find it to be the perfect balance between protein and flavor. Now, for a healthy dunk of protein powder, just get a good scoop. Seems about right. Alright. Yeah, it's about right. Just tap it in, try and get all the protein you can. Tighten the lid and let it mix. I like to let it blend for around 20 seconds, pulsing it twice for around an interval of 10 each. Right, and I find that gives the best consistency and without letting too much air into the protein shake, because we're trying to fill it up with as much benefit as we can. Now, we want to let it rest for around 30 minutes so that it separates into its 3 fundamental layers, so that it resembles a cappuccino or something that you'd find at Starbucks. And now, let's just pack away the protein shake in the water and get on to our next ingredients, which are, as you'd expect, a banana and some oats. Now, to just unscrew the lid again and add a healthy scoop of oats, again, not too much and not too little, but this is what's gonna add the consistency and the texture of the protein shake that everyone loves. Try and get it all in there to minimize oat waste. And now, moving on to our next ingredient, the banana. Just peel the banana, make sure everyone in the audience can see, and just dunk it in there. Some people like to break it up, but I feel that's an unnecessary move. Screw it on and put it back on the blender for another 2 pulses. Let it blend for another 10 to 15 seconds, pulsing it twice in between. This shouldn't be as long as the first blend, because the first blend was really to mix the protein. Now it's just for the oats, and you want to give it as thick a consistency as possible. You know what they say, you can never be too thick. Now take it off and give it a little swirl just to test. Yeah, I think it needs a little bit more oats just for that thickness. Now squeeze the lid back on very tight to ensure that nothing spills, and blend it again, this time for a single pulse ranging from 10 to 15 seconds, depending on how risky you feel. But if you're like me, you can magically do it in no seconds and summon an egg straight out of your hand. Unscrew the thing and just break the egg's contents into the protein shake. And how about just dunk the shells in? I mean, they add so much nutrition. People don't actually know this, but the egg shell has 90% of the egg's nutrition. Now again, just tighten the lid and let it blend for 30 seconds, single pulsadely, but I'll skip that for you, and for me it's just 10 seconds. Now unscrew the lid and give it another swirl to test for consistency. Well, you can never go wrong with extra oats, can you? Let it just put as much in as possible and put the lid back on. Squeezing it tight, making sure that nothing spills. You don't want anything on the sides of your thing, especially in the blender. I mean, that can really damage it. And now, just making sure it's tight, put it back in the blender, give it a little shake, and let it blend again, single impulsively for probably 20 seconds. And now for the secret ingredient, the burnt toast. Most people don't know this, but burnt toast actually enriches the flavor of anything you put it on, and especially the ashy bits. You want to get as much of that as possible. Now for some burnt toast ASMR. Ooh, that's the stuff. Now for the banana skin. Most people don't know this, but the same fibers in the banana skin are the ones that are used in your muscles to hold them together, so this will really add some depth. And for the final touch, a sock that's been on for 3 days. Really let it soak in your sweat before you get it inside there. Don't worry if it spills, that's all part of the procedure. And now, well, a little bit of extra oats never really hurt anyone. Now, struggle to put your lid back on, lock it in tight as possible this time, it's your final time. And really get to know your container, before it gets absolutely decimated by the blender. And let's listen to the sound of a blender working at its max. You can really hear the sock fighting back, but in the end, it's no match for the blender. And now for the final taste test. Just while I unscrew the lid, I want to remind you to like and subscribe for more informative content. And let's see how it tastes. That's good. Is that 2 thumbs up? No, double that. Now for some juicy B-roll.